me introduce you to someone you may not know. Jon Moxley!
We are not intimidated to walk these hollowed halls. I'd just as soon burn this damn building to the ground and piss on its ashes if that's what it takes to rewrite the history books of professional wrestling. This business is survival of the fittest and the smartest. Step 1, Sammy wins this belt. Step 2 is gonna come soon enough. We are street dogs. Hungry, angry street dogs. And we're gonna get what we want. But something caught my attention. Mike Quackenbush huddled together with his boys like it was a cold, stormy night, and he threw out a challenge. Because that was the only way to save face. That was the only way to avoid becoming completely exposed as the punk that he is. So they'll show up, and they'll put on their sympathetic faces, and they'll put on a great performance, so they can at least say that they tried. I saw right through that, because I can smell BS from a mile away, and I think you're full of it. And I just want to know if I'm right. I want to see what you guys are really made of. I want to find out if Hollow Wicked deserves to wear such a scary mask and have such a bitchin' name. I want to find out if Jigsaw can really take a punch. I want to know what Mike Quackenbush's blood smells like. Because he couldn't tell you. As far as your ringer, Masato Yoshino, goes, make sure that he's aware. If he gets within 5 feet of me, I'll split his face open too. See, I may not be a world-renowned author, but I've seen them all, and I know the difference between the real thing and guys like you. I'm willing to bet anything the first time you get hit, I mean really, really hit, you're gonna fold. You're gonna cover up and shrink and crumble. I just know it. I just know you're gonna fold. I'm gonna talk about a guy with a whole lot of bark, not a lot of bite. From what I've seen, Eric Darkstorm likes to talk. He wants to say and tell everybody how talented he is, what he deserves. I trust this guy. I should be on this card. I should be flown here. I'm the future of IWH East Coast. I haven't seen anything from you, that even says you're remotely on the level of an elite independent wrestler. If you don't know what that is, look into these eyes right here and tell me you can beat me. When I hear some bark, then I'll buy into this whole Eric Darkstorm thing, and maybe then I'll jump on the bandwagon. But March 17th, they're going to find out where you really stand.
Hey, John, can we get a quick word about your match with Colt Cabana?
Hey, can I get a moment's peace? For God's sakes, get out of here. What? Would you just give me 1 second to myself, for God's sake? What, you want something that bad? You really want something that bad? And you people wonder why I have a chip on my shoulder. I am the IPW World Champion, and can we take 1 second out of our lives to say congratulations, to say, wow, we really have a great guy who really is good at what he does as the World Champion. Good, congratulations, and a pat on the back. Anything? No. Instead, we're going to spend all our time flipping through our Rolodexes and looking at every wrestler's name in the phone book until we can find somebody that can beat me. I beat Drake Younger twice. I left Scotty Vortex lying in a pool of his own blood. I embarrassed and broke Carlton Kaz. And now, Colt Cabana, one of the finest technical wrestlers in the world, a very exceptionally worthy contender. He's coming to wrestle me for the IPW World title on May 2nd. And I know full well, I'm fully aware that it's only going to take him 3 good seconds to pin me like everybody wants, because they can't stand their company being represented by a screw-up like me. But it's not gonna happen. Me and Colt Cabana both love what we do, but we're very different people. He's one of these happy guys. Always seems to be happy and smiling and laughing. I don't smile much. And he's another one of these guys who everybody loves. And he's a lucky guy, because on May 2nd, he's going to have a career night. He's going to experience something he's never experienced before, and that is not going to be becoming the IPW World Champion. He's going to experience what it's like to really have the pressure put on. He's going to experience what it's like to really be in danger. And he's going to feel the memory being imprinted into his brain like a tattoo. The memory of the night he wrestled Jon Moxley. And he felt 2 years of anger from 2 years of the IPW fans spitting on me, pouring out all over him. He's going to feel pouring out 22 years of the whole world kicking dirt all over me my entire existence. He's going to feel all that taken out on him. That memory is going to be in his brain for the rest of his career. The most savage attack he ever felt in his life. I'm going to eradicate Colt Cabana. And then I'm going to take my belt and I'm going to walk. And it's going to be too late for IPW and all those fans to apologize and tell me I was right.
I hate Alex Riley. For the same reason I hate a lot of guys, as shallow as it is. I hate Alex Riley because his bank statement looks a lot better than mine. You can only spill so many pints of blood. You can only spend so many nights sleeping in your car. You can only go to the hospital and use a fake name because you can't afford health insurance so many times before you start thinking, like, I don't really want to be so nice to people who have what I think belongs to me. I'm going to beat the trash out of Alex Riley because I'm hungry and I'm angry and I don't care about anything. Right now he's sipping a protein shake and reading the morning paper, and he has no idea what he signed up for. Reality is going to give Alex Riley a cold, hard slap in the face.
I really do. I hate New York City. I hate every filthy street, every rat-infested subway, the endless beeping and the honking of horns, the heads sticking out the window, the fist shaking. The Mets suck, no, the Yankees suck. I got news for you. They both suck. I come from Cincinnati, a beautiful place, a town that brought you Pete Rose and Jerry Springer. A place where the crime rate is high because that's the way we like it, where our cab drivers still speak English, a place where you can still get gasoline and cigarettes at a reasonable price. New Yorkers. And homicide used to be ruthless, fearless. Now, it's gone soft. Lost it. I don't know if you got a little too old, a little too injured. I guess maybe you spend enough time working in a sound stage at a friggin' amusement park. You lose your edge. You forget what it's like to fight for your life and your money out in the real world. I mean, a homicide of 7 or 8 years ago would laugh at you today. And even I think that's sad. You better find that edge quick. On January 30th at the Ace Arena, it's me and you. No rules, no restrictions. We will get personal. We will get violent. I practically begged you. I'm like, take me out. Put me out of my freaking misery. And you didn't. You couldn't. I used to think homicide was something special. But it turns out he's just like all the rest of them, from Brooklyn to Queens. Homicide is just another pussy from New York City. Baby Sky is not an attractive girl. So she looks good in magazines, you know, with airbrush and special effects, but I can tell the difference, you know, without that 3-inch deep makeup on. Trust me. That ain't a pretty picture in the morning. Plus, she's a bitch. I know why you're acting out. You double-cross me, and, you know, you're just acting out because you don't understand your feelings. Rebe Sky's in love with me. Deeply in love with me. And she doesn't understand how to handle these feelings, this animal lust that she has for me. But we can never be, Rebe. You know, it's not going to happen. So just get out of your head. I'm standing to make a lot of money
off of the fans' belief in Austin Aries. I got about 100 people with substantial bets that Austin Aries is going to win the Open the Freedom Gate title. Because there's no way he's going to lose with his career on the line, they all say. The biggest match of his life, he's not going to choke. No way, it's a lock. I don't know. The stakes are high, and they don't get any higher. I'm getting pretty excited. For my money, Austin Aries is going to join the list right alongside Homicide and Tommy Dreamer. Guys, Kamikaze USA ran out of Dodge. Teach you some phrases in English you may not know. Towel boy, lackey, bag-carrying bitch. That's all you ever wore to us. I never wanted Tozawa in the group to begin with. He doesn't follow orders, he doesn't wash his gear, and he's like half retarded. He set a fire in my kitchen trying to make toast. Stuck a fork in there. Idiot!
Hey, Sammy. I told you. Think about it. Think about it. I can throw pretty hard, and I can run pretty fast. So when all the other kids found that out, they picked me for the baseball team. They let me play with them every day, and it felt pretty good. It was like the first time that I had friends, and the first time anybody treated me nicely, and it felt kind of good. Until one day, the game was on the line, and I was at bat, and I struck out, and I lost the game for my team. And I thought they would still be friends with me, but this kid said, "You suck, and you're stupid, and you can't hang out with us, and you hit like a girl, and you throw like a girl, and you're a pansy, and your mother's ugly, and whatever," and you know, and so when I got done like beating him senseless with a Louisville Slugger, and I looked up and I saw the eyes on all the other children as they just kind of watched in horror, I realized then that I probably was destined to be a loner for the rest of my life. And that's fine. I like you better anyway. Nobody likes me or myself but me and myself anyway, and I don't trust anybody in this world. I know this guy's standing behind me right now at any moment. May hit me in the back of the head with a wrench. He might choke me out, but I know he's not gonna, because he finally realizes now that sometimes in this sport, ability in the ring isn't enough. Sometimes it becomes a numbers game. And sometimes you need a little extra to get the things you want. You need another person or two with the same interests, a little more influence. What I want is Jake Crisp's head on a stick! What this guy wants is recognition for how good he is. So now together, we're gonna get it.
You know, when I was a little kid, there was only two things in the whole wide world that I wanted to be. A Ghostbuster or a professional wrestler. And then I realized that Ghostbusters are fake. Not like pro wrestling. You know what else is fake? Friends. Friends.
Irish, airborne, clap, 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 they said. Let's go, Dave. Clap, 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 they said. Let's go, Jake. Clap, 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 they said. You know what they said when those Tiger Beat pretty boys got splattered across the canvas tonight? They didn't say a damn thing. Every Thursday night at midnight on Channel 25, there's this guy named Tommy, and I dug Tommy. Everything that should have been his always got taken away from him. He was always getting pushed around, ganged up on, and attacked. Always getting stolen from and held down. Never got what he deserved. No matter how much abuse he took, though, he didn't care. He would just push his broken body up off the mat, lift his disgusting bloody face, and look at the camera and smile. Yeah, never bothered him. I learned a lot from that Tommy guy. I learned that you can never let yourself be pushed around. You can never let anybody steal from you or take what's yours. You can't stand for that stuff. If it wasn't for what I learned from Tommy on that fire escape, I wouldn't be standing here today. I wouldn't have never made it out. And now this guy named Tom, he's at a crossroads in his life, and he doesn't know which direction to turn. And on March 27th in Phoenix, Arizona, he's going to take a really, really wrong turn and end up in Dragon Gate, USA. It's funny how things kind of came full circle, because the way I see it, your presence is an insult. Now you're trying to steal from me and trying to push me around and take what's mine, and I will not stand for that. I learn from the best. I don't know what he's looking for. He's either looking to be treated like a hero, or he's just looking for an ending to the Tommy Dreamer story. So how about both? You know what they say, show me a hero and I'll write you a tragedy. I want Tommy Dreamer. I want a showdown with you, Tommy Dreamer, in the worst way. I'm gonna show you that I am completely different than any of those people who've been beating the crap out of you for the last decade. I am willing to go farther. I am willing to sink lower. If you show up in Phoenix, Arizona on March 27th, you will find out that I am not afraid to pull the trigger. And it will be Jon Moxley who finally puts you out of your misery.
Scotty Vortex had a problem with me. He would bite me in the face or punch me in the mouth or throw a glass bottle at me or stab me with whatever was sharp that was next to him immediately without hesitating, because Scotty Vortex would not punch me in the balls like a coward when I wasn't expecting it. Scotty Vortex would not cry and complain when he lost the match. Scotty Vortex would tell it like it is. You do it like this. Aaron, I beat Aaron Williams, and I can move on. I could just say I beat you, and it's done, and I'm better than you, because you know that. But the problem is, you just really, really, really pissed me off, frustrated me, and I'm very, very uncool with this until I beat you within an inch of your goddamn life. I will not be happy. I will not be happy. So, Aaron Williams, I want you to understand the can of worms that you just opened, okay? I have to calm down. I have to calm down. Magdalene's very upset. Let me ask you a question.
That's how bad of a man
From the
he is.
streets, dog, right? If a dog came up to you and said, hey, you're clearly a superior dog than me, but I'm still gonna bite you in the nuts after the fact, what would you do? You'd probably be pretty fucking upset, wouldn't you? That's why I'm pretty fucking upset with Aaron Williams. Ah!
He's a straight dog. He's a straight dog. Jon Moxley is a straight dog.
So just sit down. So just keep celebrating. And you understand exactly the implications of your actions.
But nobody ever stood up to him because they didn't want to get killed. I didn't think he had the guts to shoot anybody anyway, though. So, one time they held me down when he thought I shorted him $100. And his boys held me down. He hit me about 12 times with a pair of brass knuckles. Split my eyebrow open pretty bad right there. I got weird vision in this eye still. It's cool. Anyway, after the riots, he ended up getting picked up and went to jail. Nobody ever saw him again. And I ended up getting my own little business set up. I started moving my own product and had a little thing going for myself. And I ended up running that whole block that used to be his. And it was always like, one of these days, Levon's gonna get out of jail. He's gonna come back here. He's gonna mess you up. He might kill you. He's gonna take his block back. And I'm like, and I was always like, I wish he would. I wish that piece of garbage would come back here and try and take away what's mine, what I earned, because it wouldn't happen. Not this time. I mean, he never came back. It's probably better that way. I probably would have got killed. But I would have got a few cracks in with a lead pipe before he shot me, I'll tell you. And I'd been fine with that. At least I would have went out swinging. So this should be pretty easy to understand why there's a lot of tension between myself and the notorious 187 Homicide with his reputation and his rap sheet a mile long and his list of victims. I'm a peaceful guy. Really, I like to chill. I don't go looking for trouble. But if you push me, it gets ugly real fast. Rahway was your warning. And on November 20th, you're not just gonna get busted up. You're gonna get burned really bad by a flame that you are flying way too close to. Jon Moxley runs Evolve. Jon Moxley runs independent wrestling. I run this game now. Look into these eyes, Homicide. Take a good hard look. You take your reputation and you can shove it up your ass. I got a feeling, man, that this town just ain't big enough for the two of us.
I'm never satisfied. I can't have one shot of whiskey, I have to have 20. I can't go work out. I gotta go train until I can't stand up anymore and I gotta be dragged out of the gym. I can't win a championship. I have to win all of them. I can't screw one girl. I have to screw all of them. I can't drive a little bit of the speed limit. I have to drive 120. I can't win a fight. I have to pulverize that guy and torture that guy so bad that when I look into his eyes, I know that he will never screw with me again. So am I satisfied? Beating Jimmy Jacobs in a street fight, pounding him with a chair, suffocating him with his own memorabilia jacket that he thought was so cool? No, I'm not satisfied at all. It's not even close. I live a very shallow, hollow existence. I live life the way it's meant to be lived. I live life to feel alive because I have nothing to live for. I don't have a real life. I don't have a family. I go to the bar on Thanksgiving by myself and I watch football. And that's the way I like it. So you think I'm going to turn down this opportunity to go in pay-per-view in front of the whole world, go fight live TV, and pound Jimmy Jacobs one more time, because I never get tired of it, man. I will never get tired of beating Jimmy Jacobs' ass. It's so much fun. I could do it all day long because I just absolutely despise your little punk ass. And I'm going to turn down a chance to go in front of the whole world on live pay-per-view where I can say and do whatever I want. There's no filters. Nobody can stop me. There's nothing left on the cutting room floor. Paralyze Jimmy Jacobs in front of the whole world on live pay-per-view. I've thought about it, Jimmy, and I'm completely 100% comfortable with you living the rest of your life in a wheelchair. Believe that. You are a victim. You let some slut drag you around by the balls in front of the whole world for years. You let drugs destroy your life because you're weak. You're weak, Jimmy. You're a victim. So if you want to do this, let's do it. I quit match. Old school, old fashioned. Somebody's got to say, I quit. No excuses this time, Jimmy. You're going to say, I quit. All your legacy, everything you've done in this sport, your whole history, everything you have to show for your years in this sport. You're going to hand it all over to me, Jimmy. You're going to hand it over to me. You're going to say, this is too damn torturous and I can't take any more. And I'm going to hand it over to Jon Moxley. You ever just wake up one morning and think like, what the hell are you doing? Get your head out of your ass. You're wasting time. You're goofing around when people are making your money and getting your respect. You think I'd be very, very happy these days. I got about 100 title belts. I've dominated every indie company that I've gone to, I've burnt them all to the ground and raised my flag at the top of their hill, and I'm still just grossly unsatisfied. There are about 100 things these days pissing me off. Bryan Danielson pisses me off. Johnny Gargano pisses me off. And Evolve pisses me off. Because they say I have to play by their rules if I want to get to the top of the company. I have to think here, and I can't go any. I have to very narrow-minded. Well, okay. I thought I could sleepwalk through a match with Drake Younger. A little cocky, a little arrogant. I admit it. I lost. I got burned. And now they say, hey, fight Brody Lee. This monster. This 6'7", 300-pound, angry trucker monster. Go fight him. But you can only do it like we say, you know, a little narrow. Gotta follow our rules. If you want to get to the top of Evolve, that's fine. I got about 100 different ways I can beat Brody Lee, and I'm prepared to use all of them. Or I might just beat him to death with an inch of his life right to his face. I might just hit him. I'm gonna follow your rules, all right? Because I'm gonna dominate Evolve like I've dominated everywhere else, even if I have to follow all your rules. That's fine. I know, in my heart, I am the best wrestler in Evolve. And deep down, everybody else knows it too. And I'm not setting any limits on what I'm gonna accomplish in this sport anymore. The gloves are off. I am pissed off, and I am motivated, and I am in one of my moods. So you're all screwed. I'm not gonna let him win anymore. All the people who want to see me fail, no. They got another thing coming. I'm gonna follow your rules. Follow the rules. Line up in front of me next, huh? Godzilla? It's gonna take Giant Baba's ghost with a flaming freaking branding iron to take this belt off of me. What I think I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take a walk. I'll be back maybe sometime in the summer, maybe June 28th, maybe August. I'm just gonna take a walk. I'm gonna walk away with this until IPW and all these fans who want to get this away from me so bad can figure out a plan and regroup. So you think about that. You think about that, people. When I'm not here, we'll see how much you appreciate me then. You people haven't seen anything yet.